Hi everyone, I'm Sahar Dada, a Chicago-based women's wear designer, and I would like to welcome the Bani magazine joining me at the Chicago Fashion Incubator space at Macy's today. We're here today to talk about custom-made garments and the importance of fit and how to take your own measurements. The reason taking measurements is so important for a custom-made garment is because everyone has a different body type, everyone is a different size, and I think the most important thing about a custom-made garment is the way it fits. I have Mona here with me today, and we're going to demonstrate how to take your own measurements. I'm going to start out with the neck. And when you're taking measurements, you want to make sure that you leave a little bit of room. You don't want it to be extremely tight. Taking the neck measurements is very important for daisy clothes, especially when you're doing a Sharani collar, a Nehru collar, any kind of high collar. You want to make sure that that portion is being measured properly. Then we go on to the shoulders. So from one shoulder to the next, you want to measure the front, and then I'm going to have Mona turn around, and also the back, again from one shoulder to the next. The reason this is important, I would say it's very important for sari blouses, especially if you're wearing a deep neck. You want to make sure that it falls properly onto your shoulders. The deepness of the neck, you want to take your measuring tape from your shoulder down to whatever length you're comfortable with and the deepness of the neck you're comfortable with your neckline. And then you go to the bust area. Again, you want to leave a little bit of room and make sure the measuring tape is falling properly from the back and the front. Then we go down to the waist, and again, these measurements are important, especially if you're going to be adding darts to the back of your shirt or kameez, or any kind of blouse that you're going to be wearing. The hip measurements, you start out with the upper hips, which is right below the waist, and then the lower hips, which is right below the pelvic bone. Again, these are very important for not only your shirts, but also your pant measurements. For your shirt length, you want to hold the measuring tape, and I'll have Mona hold it, right at the shoulder. And then it's basically to your preference. I know these days the shirts have become very long, and these days people are doing up to like 52, 51 shirt lengths. But again, wherever you're most comfortable with stopping, just start at the shoulder. For sleeves, everyone has a different preference. You start from the shoulder for full sleeves, measure down to the wrist, and then same for short sleeves, from the shoulder to wherever your preference is for short sleeves or 3/4. You want to make sure you're measuring the wrist, but again, not too tight. You want to leave a little bit of room. This is best used for French cuffs, peasant sleeves, and even long fitted sleeves. So, when you're measuring for your pants, you want to make sure you hold it. You want to hold it where you usually wear your normal waistline, and measure down to the ankle. And wearing a high heel always helps because it'll give you an idea of how much height you're going to have when you're wearing that certain garment. And then you want to make sure you measure around the thigh area, the knee, the calf, and also the ankle. And again, when you're doing these measurements, you don't want it to be very tight. And when you have these basic measurements, it could be used for a different variation of type of garments like churidar pajamas, wide leg pants, or straight capri pants. And when you are doing a wide leg or a bootleg pant, you want to go around the ankle and kind of give yourself an idea of what measurement you want to be at. So when the person making the garment knows how to cut the fabric. Now you know how to do your own measurements. For a form online, you can visit my website at www.saharadada.com. Thank you so much for joining us today.